So I'll tell you what happened here. It's so fucked up. It's so messed up. So you've heard me say in videos before. Well, I know I've said it in a couple videos. I said it in a recent one too. About how they like to play games with change, like dimes especially, is what this group or this person likes to do to me, I'm not even going to try to explain some of the shit. It's fucking crazy, right? So, anyways, last night or what I should say is I had some change in my pocket, and I laid on the couch, and some of it fell out of my pocket on the floor. Some nickels and dimes. There was like 2 nickels and 1 dime. And I just left it there, I was too lazy to get up and actually pick it up. And I was laying there for a couple hours, and I passed out. And then I woke up, and I looked, and the dime was gone, but the 2 nickels were there, Like, I was laying on the couch, and right by the table there, the coffee table, or whatever you want to call it, there was 2 nickels, which were right by where the 2 nickels were in front of the coffee table, and the dime was on the side of it, So yeah, I wake up a couple hours later. It's still sitting there. I was just too lazy to get up and pick it up. I said I'll just pick it up later, and I get up and I notice the dime's missing, I'm like, that's weird. So I start looking everywhere for it, all like around the coffee table and whatnot, and I can't find it. And this was maybe midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. So the person I live with, I went and asked her, I'm like, did you pick up a dime? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, oh, you picked it up right by the coffee table? And she's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay, so that counts for where the dime went, right? So she gives it to me because it's in her robe or whatever, her robe pocket. She gives me the dime. And when she gives it to me, because again, it's late at night, it's dark. It's dark in the room there and stuff, right? And she gives it to me and puts it in my hand, but it falls on the floor, And I'm like, I'm not going to bother looking for it. I looked for it briefly and I couldn't find it. So I'm thinking it like fell behind a box or a table or something, like on the floor in her room. It's 1 o'clock in the morning and it's dark, and I don't want to start turning lights on. Just like trying to sleep and stuff. So I just leave it there, And I'm like, whatever, it's just a dime, right? But I'm thinking, like some kind of game is gonna happen regarding dimes. Like, I'm thinking this before I go to bed, before I actually pass out. And I wake up about 7 o'clock, just lay on the couch watching some TV and whatnot. And then the woman that I live with goes to use the washroom. And right when she, no license plate, whatever though, but anyways, right when she goes to open the door, the washroom door, she gets up, like I woke up about 7. She gets up to use the washroom about 8. And right when she opens the door, and I can show this on camera, right when she opens the door, a dime drops, you can hear it drop, and it didn't come from her pocket or anything, because both her hands are out of her pocket, as you can see in the video if you look close enough, So I'm guessing that someone put a dime on top of the door, like on top of the door ridge, like you got the door ridge, so when the door gets open, the dime drops, So I'm like, that's fucking weird, because last night at 1 o'clock in the morning, or 1 o'clock in the morning, I dropped a dime on the floor in the room there, right? Asking, have you found my dime, right? Because the stupid games these people like to play, like rearranging your stuff, taking your stuff and replacing it, right? Replacing it with the same item, but it's just a little bit different, stuff like that, right? Like trying to, like psychological schizophrenic mind games, right? Is the best way to describe it. It's the only way really to describe it. So yeah, she opens the bathroom door, and I have this on the camera. That a dime drops, Like you can hear it go ching ching ching, and right when I heard that, I knew what it was, I'm like, it's gonna be a fucking dime because of what happened last night. Me going into the room asking if you found a dime, my dime that dropped out of my pocket, and then when she gave it to me, I dropped it like it went in my hand and it fell on the floor, and I'm not gonna bother looking for it. So right when that happens, right when the dime drops, I go into the room there where I dropped the dime, like hours later, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I start looking for the dime, and I know I'm probably not going to find it, right? So I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours looking in a small part of the room, going through boxes, looking every little place that you can think of, and I can't find it, Can't find the dime. So I mean, take that for what it is, Where did the dime go that dropped at 1 o'clock in the morning, right? The dime that was by my coffee table that she picked up, put in her pocket. And then I go to ask her if she actually picked it up, if she's seen a dime, and she told me she does. I'm like, okay, that's cool, right? No one's taking my dime, right? I know it's so insignificant and stupid, right? But that's the whole point, right? That's exactly the whole point. And I go and look for it after the dime, what looks like and sounds like drops from the door frame right when she opens the door to use the washroom. And then I go and look for the dime that I dropped the night about 8 hours before that, says 7 or 8 hours before that, and it's not there, I looked everywhere, I looked under the mattresses, I looked in boxes, I looked in cracks, everywhere. It's not there, It's simply not there. So the only thing I can come up with is that someone came in the house last night. I don't know how. Like I said, I don't know how they're fucking doing it. I know this sounds crazy. I wouldn't even be surprised if they have carved tunnels under the fucking floor, Or in the washroom, you got the sink here, right? And then on the other side, you got the sink here, and then the drywall. And on the other side of that drywall is their garage, So I wouldn't be surprised if they cut out the drywall and then popped off the cabinet to come into the house. This is the kind of shit they do to me. I know it's designed to look fucking crazy, It's designed to make me look like I'm fucking nuts. And yet, you heard what I just said, The dime is not fucking there. And you're like, so who cares? It's a dime, right? Who cares about 10 cents? That's not the point. It's not fucking there. It's not where it should be, And then, hours later, she opens the door and a dime drops what sounds like and looks like from the door frame, And they've done this kind of shit to me before, It like when it happens, it almost seems like a form of magic, Like when they play these sick fucking games like that, it seems like a form of magic, So again, I'm gonna end up showing this. So I'm gonna show the part to where she opens the door in the morning, and you heard what I said before that, how I went and asked if she had the dime, if she picked it up, and she told me she did. She placed it in my hand. It fell out of my hand, dropped on the floor in her room. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. I'm not going to start turning lights on and looking for a dime that fell on the floor. So I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it. Not, it's just 10 cents. But then in the morning, she opens the door there, the bathroom door, and a dime literally falls from the sky, It falls from the sky. Her hands weren't in her pockets or anything, You can see her hand by her side, and then her hand opening the bathroom door. And right when she opens the door, a dime literally falls from the sky or from the door frame and goes cha-chin, cha-chin, cha-chin. You can hear it drop on the floor, eh? And then I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, I knew they were going to play some games like that. I thought I was going to go out in the morning and like on my doorstep there was going to be a dime or two, eh? Or maybe on top of the car there would be a dime or something, right? That's what I thought they were going to do, because I'm making a fuss about a 10-cent dime, right? So they're going to use that for harassment, eh? So I'm guessing that, well, I'm not guessing, I'm 99% sure they're coming in my house, eh? And they've done games like this to me before, eh? And you can believe what I'm telling you, or you don't have to believe it. But I promise you, what I'm telling you, it's all true, eh? It's all true. Fuck. The dime's not there. Where the fuck is it? I looked everywhere, man. It's not in the room where it dropped, where she handed it to me at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's not in the fucking room. It's not on the floor. And it's right by the bed. So you got the bed here, and then the wall. So you got a bed here, right? The side of the bed here, and then about maybe 2 or 3 feet, and then a wall and a couple boxes and like a nightstand, eh? And I looked everywhere. I looked everywhere, under the nightstand, in the boxes, under the crack, like seeing if there's any cracks, like under the wall, if it could have slipped under. I looked fucking everywhere, and in the vicinity. I spent about an hour and a half, 2 hours looking for it. Couldn't find it. And I knew as soon as I heard that sound, as I'm laying on the couch, and I heard that sound, I knew what the fuck it was. I knew they were playing games with me. So someone literally came in the house last night, into her room while we're sleeping, whether it be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. And then took the dime, eh? And again, I can't find it. And then in the morning when she goes to use the washroom, a dime falls from the sky or from the ceiling, from the door frame, I'm guessing. So I'm guessing that they're coming in from the washroom. Either they've cut the drywall out from the other side of the washroom where the sink is. So you have a sink here, and then onto the sink you have a cabinet. And I'm guessing from the other side of the cabinet they've cut the drywall out and are coming in that way, or some other way. I can only tell you what I've experienced, eh? I don't know how it's fucking done, okay? I don't know how it's done. But again, it's designed to make you look crazy, eh? It's designed to make you look fucking crazy. What am I going to do? Call the cops for a dime? Say, oh, I'm missing a dime, right? I told you what they did, okay? I told you what was done on me, okay? And I can show you on the security camera the dime falling, eh? I should just ignore that. I should just ignore, right? Change falls out of my pocket. I just leave it there. I wake up a few hours later and get up and the dime's missing. I'm like, that's weird. I know it was sitting right there and I haven't moved from this fucking couch. So maybe the person I live with picked it up. So I go into her room and ask her, did you pick up a dime? She's like, yeah, I picked up a dime. I'm like, oh, can I have it, please? She goes into her robe pocket, pulls out the dime, puts it in my hand, falls out of my hand on the floor in her room. And it's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. I briefly looked. I couldn't find it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'm just going to leave it there. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. It's dark. She's trying to sleep. I'm not going to start turning on lights looking for a dime. The next morning, about 7, 8 hours later, I'm still laying on the couch watching TV. She goes to use the washroom. And right when she opens the door, a dime falls from the fucking... right when she opens the bathroom door, a dime falls from the sky. Or from the roof, or from the door. Literally right when she opens the door. So I'm like, holy fuck, right? What the fuck? That's weird. What a coincidence, eh? What a fucking coincidence. So then I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I bet. So I tell myself, I bet when I go look for that dime that she handed me, that dropped out of my hand at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm telling myself, I bet I'm not going to be able to find it. And sure enough, I can't find it. I spent 2 hours looking for it, man. I looked everywhere, man. Pulling up mattresses, everything. Every little nook and cranny that could possibly be looked, I looked. I looked through the whole room, man, okay? Starting where it could possibly be dropped and working my way out, okay? Looking in boxes, cracks of boxes, under TV stands, everywhere. Can't find it. It should be there, but it's not there. Instead... at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's most likely on top of the door frame. Because somebody took that fucking dime from the room while we were sleeping and placed it on top of the door, on top of the door, right? So when the door gets open, the dime's gonna drop, eh? And that's what they did. That's what they did, guys. I can't understand how that dime dropped. I can't comprehend it, eh? Like, it's so fucked up. It's like magic, man, okay? It's like fucking magic. It's like, how can that be done? Did someone throw it across the room? Did they pop up from the floorboard and throw it across the room? I mean, what am I supposed to think when I'm seeing this shit, eh? What am I supposed to think, man? Eh? Am I supposed to just ignore it because it's so fucking crazy? Or am I supposed to show it? Am I supposed to talk about it and show it? Show you it to the best of my capabilities, what I got. Okay? I can tell you about it, and I can show you small bits of it. Okay? I can show you the part to where she went to use the washroom, and then the dime drops from the fucking sky. It literally drops from the air. Okay? A dime magically appears in the air and drops. It didn't come out of her pocket. Okay? Both her hands were out of her fucking pocket. You can see that. She opens the bathroom door with this hand, and you can see her other hand beside her body. So it's not like she like took her hands out of her pocket and then like a dime flew out of her pocket. That's not what happened. And then I go and look for it. Where I dropped it 8 hours later, and it's not fucking there where it should be. It's not there. Fuck. So yeah, I don't know if they're popping the window out, because there's only one window in the house, and I'll show you guys this. I don't know if they're popping the whole window out, or because I don't think they're flipping the lock, because I've pretty much secured that. But it's still a possibility. If they're popping the whole door frame out and coming in, if they drug the air with chloroform and then come in the fucking house, I don't know if they can bypass my camera, my security camera. So I'm looking at the footage, and there's actually someone in the house, but it doesn't show on the camera, right? I don't know if they could rewind it and play it forward to make it look like there's been nothing wrong. I'm starting to think that. I don't fucking know how this is being done, okay? But I can assure you that it is being done, okay? There is no dime where there should be, and then 8 hours later, it's dropping from the fucking air, okay? It's dropping. I can only guess it was placed on the door frame, so when someone opens the door, it falls, eh? That's the only thing I can think of. And how would they be able to do that? Well, from the washroom, from the other side of the drywall, from under the sink where the shelving is, they've cut the drywall from the garage, popped the fucking pop the panel of the drawer or a cabinet, and then came in that way and placed the dime there, eh? But I'm trying to come up with an explanation to this, eh? But that's the whole idea, right? Is to fuck with you like that, and then you sit there and dwell on it, right? How did that happen, right? Where's the logic in it? How did those series of events happen, right? Designed to make you look schizophrenic, man, okay? That's what it is, fuck. Schizophrenic mind games. Again, it's all designed to make you look crazy, like, especially if you try and talk about it. It's designed to make you look crazy. They go to extreme lengths to come into your house, okay? I don't know how they do it exactly, okay? I mean, I'm trying to come up with explanations to how it's being done. I mean, you have lights, like you have light fixtures on the ceiling. Are they popping one of those light fixtures out from above and then placing it there? I don't know. Are they doing? Why would somebody want to do that to somebody, right? Like you would tell yourself, no one's going to do that stuff, and yet they do that stuff. Some people do that stuff to people, eh? People that are being targeted, this is the kind of stuff they do. They go to extreme lengths to do this stuff. They're trying to drive me crazy, okay? They're trying to drive me nuts, eh? And when you have somebody come into your house while you're sleeping, that's a violation, eh? That's a serious violation. That's a violation. Like when you're in your house and you're sleeping, you're supposed to feel safe. But they don't want you to feel safe ever, eh? They always want you on edge. They always want you in an unsafe situation, eh? They want you to feel that all the time, eh? They want you to feel like you're violated, you're being watched, you're unsafe all the time. What kind of person thinks like that? What kind of sicko is fucking into that kind of shit, eh? That's what they want you to feel, unsafe, eh? They even when you sleep, right? Like, they let me know while I'm sleeping, and when I wake up, they let me know that someone's watching me sleep, eh? Like, when I wake up, I get the thud above my head, eh? Almost every fucking day, I wake up, I get a thud above my head, okay? Seconds after I wake up. They want me to they want me to know that I'm being watched while I'm sleeping, eh? And they get people to go along with that, eh? They get people to go along with that shit. People that live on top of me, people we rent the place from, they get them to go along with that. That's the whole game, eh? Well, that's part of it. They want you to feel unsecure and unsafe, and they want to let you know. We can violate you at any time. We can come into your house. We're listening to you. We're watching you. We're stalking you. We're trailing you. We're slandering you. Right? We're going to try and destroy you. We're going to play schizophrenic mind games on you. And if you try and tell anyone about it, it's going to sound so out to left field and so crazy, no one's going to believe you. It's just going to make you look crazy. Right? And then on top of that, you know it's happening, and you know that we're violating you, and you know that you are in an unsafe situation, even when you sleep, even when you go get something to eat, even when you go to a restaurant, even when you go to a new job, even when you're driving around, when you go to the grocery store, when you go to the bank, when you're on your phone. You are being surveilled, you're being watched, and you're unsafe. You're being violated, okay? That's what they want. They want you to feel that. Eh? And then you tell someone about this, and then, oh, you need medication. You need medication because someone's fucking with you like that. No, the people that are doing this to somebody needs the medication. These people need to be imprisoned, okay? These people need to be imprisoned, and the key needs to be thrown away, okay? That's what.
Apparently, he doesn't need to taste test anymore. He knows these are the ones he wants. So he's going to make his way around the little Debbie rack. We just pulled over here in front of the hostess rack. And apparently, they don't want any hostess or little Debbie because they're going to come around here and he needs to find does he want to go rest? No, apparently he doesn't. But wait a minute, maybe he does. Nope, he wants something small. Apparently.
So yeah, I just woke up about 20 minutes ago. It's 4:45 right now, as you see, and I'm going to show you guys something here, what I wake up to. So you saw me made the video yesterday about the dime thing, eh? I haven't uploaded it yet, but you heard everything I said there regarding the situation there, and I just want to show you something here. So this is what I wake up to, and I can show it on camera there, right? So again, I was sleeping here. This is where I usually sleep, and I wake up, right? I get up, and the first thing I see is this sitting right here. Eh? You heard the video that I made yesterday regarding that situation, right? That wasn't there last night when I went to bed. I would have noticed it. I'm just gonna turn the lights on here. So that's what I noticed when I first wake up, directly in line with my bed here, as you see. Right? And another thing I noticed, so I wake up, right? Because usually when I wake up, I usually get something to drink when I wake up, right? And so I got up and came out of the kitchen. I get up out of the, wake up off the couch here, come over here. The first thing I see is that. I'm like, oh, damn, that wasn't there last night. I would have noticed it. And not only that, you'll notice this here, eh? You see that there, eh? Right there, right by my bed too, right? So you got that there, and then you got the dime right here, and that there. I'm going to show you the significance of this here, right? So this is the room here where I was looking for the dime yesterday, eh? The whole situation with that. This is the room here, as you see here, right? This is the area where I dropped it, in this area here. So I looked everywhere. As you can see, it's pretty clean now. You can tell it's been rearranged and stuff. That's from yesterday. And I also looked in here, and this is what I've noticed here. I noticed this yesterday. If you see right here, I'll show you this here. You see that there? You see it, also see the dust, but what do you see there, right? You see that right there, right? Same thing, right? Popcorn kernel, right? Just like by my bed. That's the only thing that I noticed when I was looking for the dime yesterday, is that popcorn kernel, right? This is fucked up. This is so messed up, right? So there's the popcorn kernel here. Turn the light on here for a sec. I think that's really going to show off the shoulder light. So yeah, that's what I noticed right there. I hope the camera captures that, eh? It's the popcorn kernel there. Yeah, I'll show you. I noticed that yesterday there, so. And then again, it was sitting right at. That's what I see there, right? So that's what I see there, right? And that there, right there. So they came in here yesterday too, eh? I don't know how they're coming in here, eh? But they are, eh? I would have noticed that, eh? And it wasn't there. And and I'm laying here. I'll show you here. Show you an example here. I'm laying here like this, right? And I can show you on the camera there. I'll show it up on the camera up over there. I'm laying here like this. I wake up. And what I usually do is either go to the washroom or get something to drink, right? I came up here. And I noticed I'm like, the first thing I see, oh, the dime, right? Just as I showed you, or talked about and showed you what happened yesterday. And then I come over here and I walk back, and then I notice that there. And like I saw that exact same thing in the closet yesterday when I was looking for the dime. The exact same thing. And then you got the dime right here, directly in front of my bed here, right? And that's the only thing I noticed when I was looking for the dime, eh? Was that that corn kernel, eh? And that's the kind of stuff they do, eh? I know it fucking looks so crazy, eh? That shouldn't be there, eh? That corn kernel should not be there right by the fucking head of my bed, or this is where I usually sleep. I have another bed in the room, but I usually sleep here because of the TV. And you can look throughout the whole house here. You won't see any of that. Only by my bed. And I would have noticed it yesterday, eh? I would have noticed that. As you see, it's also right by the light that I have on the floor here. I would have noticed this, and I would have noticed that before I went to bed yesterday, and like during the day, right? Like maybe a couple hours before I went to bed, right? I would have noticed those two things, but they weren't there. I go to sleep, I wake up, those two things are there, eh? The exact same thing I see when I'm looking for the dime yesterday. In the room, you saw it in the closet there. Didn't touch it. Didn't even touch it. Just left it there, right? But my mind kind of picked it up. Like my mind saw it when I was looking for the dime yesterday. And whoever took it from the room there either noticed it too, and they're gonna play this game here, or they can literally see through my eyes, eh? Which I highly doubt, right? I know other people talk about that stuff, how they can see through your eyes and stuff. I don't believe that. Right? I'm not saying the technology doesn't exist, but I don't believe that they're doing this to, like, you know, people that are so-called being targeted and stuff. Like you hear what, I'm not sure of the name of it, but they say that they can see through your eyes and they can see like an image of what you see. I've heard a lot of people talk about it, but I can understand how people would think that by what I'm showing here right now, eh? Right? Because that's the only thing that I noticed in the room, eh? When I was looking for the dime yesterday, was that popcorn kernel, eh? And I kind of made like a mental note of it. I'm like, oh, like, you know, that's weird, a popcorn kernel, eh? Like, why would that be there, right? Like, right in the closet there, right? And I just left it, eh? I didn't bother touching it or anything, and I was too busy looking for the dime, right? And that was, you know, that was quite a while before, because that happened in the morning about it. I started looking for it right after the dime fell off the door here, as you saw on the camera. And I immediately go in the room and look for the dime that I dropped, or that was placed in my hand but fell on the floor 7 hours before that. And then after that happened, I went in the room and looked for it. Couldn't find it, but I noticed that popcorn kernel, eh? So then I wake up here. Again, this is, what, 19, 20 hours later. I wake up, and the first thing I see getting up from the couch is a fucking dime fucking sitting right here, directly in... She was directly in line with my bed, pretty much, leaving it right on the corner here. Of course, it's out of the blind spot of the camera, right? So the camera's not picking up that area there, right? It's picking up about right here, right? So that's a blind spot there. It's unable to see that. That wasn't there last night. I would have noticed it, eh? And I come back here, and then I notice this here. Yeah, popcorn kernel right here. See that? The same thing I saw in the room yesterday when I was looking for the dime. So that's the kind of games that they play on targets, eh? It's exactly it right there. The kind of schizophrenic fucking shit they do to us, eh? And I don't know. Like I said, it almost seems like a form of magic, eh? It seems like a form of magic, eh? Like, it's crazy stuff, man. Eh? It's fucking crazy, eh? That shouldn't be there. Like, why is that there? That wasn't there last night before I went to bed. I would have noticed it. Why do I notice it when I first wake up? And I notice the dime here, right? And then I come back and I notice that. I would have noticed that yesterday during some time, and especially just before I went to bed, I would have noticed it. But no, it wasn't there, eh? I wake up and it's fucking there. Eh? Again, this is designed to make the target look crazy. This is the kind of stuff that they do, eh? And I'm just pointing that out. So I'll add this onto the video that I haven't uploaded yet. And I plan on uploading that video to show you the kind of stuff that they do to me. But I've heard that they do this kind of stuff to other targets as well. These, as I described yesterday when I was in the parking lot explaining to you what happened with the dime. Schizophrenic mind games, eh? To make the target look crazy. But to let the target know that, they've come into your house and you're being violated, right? That's how they let you know, right? And this is exactly the kind of stuff that they do, eh? And that's what I wake up to, right? First thing I see is that. Like, I literally turn over, get up, and I'll show them the camera there, and I see that, right? And I see, I'm like, there's a dime there, and that's weird. I'm like, I think I came over here or whatever. Maybe I just looked at the clock. I can't exactly remember. I was half asleep. I just woken up, and then I come over here, and what do I see? I see the corn kernel there, kind of to make sure that I see it, because you can see the light there, right? So the light shining on it, right? You see anywhere in the house have some stupid light on the floor here, right? You see that. So to make sure that I see it, eh? And what do I see yesterday while I'm looking for the dime? I see that thing, that exact item in the corner of the closet, part of the area where I was looking for the dime, eh? Isn't that funny, eh? What a fucking coincidence, eh? But again, they've been doing this stuff to me for so long, eh? This kind of crap. This isn't like a one-time off thing, eh? They used to do this stuff to me all the time, eh? And now they've done it 2 days in a row. Right, you saw when she opened the door how the dime dropped, and I explained that to you, right? Like the coincidences, the weird fucking coincidences like that, eh? And it's designed so only the person that's being targeted will see it, eh? And I'm trying to show you what they do, eh? And I'm showing you what they're doing to me. I don't know how they're coming in, eh? I'm not sure, eh? Again, I'm just trying to figure this out, because I'm seeing this weird shit here, eh? This fucking weird fucking shit that shouldn't fucking be here, man. And yet I wake up and it's there, but it's not there when I go to bed, eh? I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, but they go to extreme fucking lengths to do this stuff to me, eh? They're trying to drive me mad, and they're trying to make me look crazy, eh? And they come into your house.